Hello, my beautiful people. We are live. Hi, YouTube. It's Mara, and welcome, welcome, welcome. It's 2026. It's a beautiful year. We just got through that beautiful moon with Jupiter. I don't know what you were doing this weekend. I hope it was manifesting something good. I mean, Donald Trump definitely uses the astrology, and so I hope you are as well. And please let me know if you can hear me. Make sure that you can hear me. I haven't done that. I'm just trying to talk to y'all. Okay, so let me not get distracted as usual. So definitely give me a heads up and a signs up if you can't hear me because I can switch out the mic. And we are going to jump right into this. So I promised you how to profile somebody in 3 cards. So I am building my own deck, and that's something I'm really proud of and I'm really excited about. I want to, until that comes out, until that manifests itself wholly into something you put into your hands, we are going to start with the Kim Krantz deck. Okay, so this is really, I mean, it is targeted for people that really just need to know what the heck is going on around them. But if you're in business, this is really great for recruiters. If you're in law, we never want to rely on the cards for legal things. But if you're in law, you can use this for jury profiling, for client profiling, I mean, you can use them for anything, right? And also, you don't have to learn it pardon me, I'm enjoying an evening beverage. Mm. It helps ground me. If you don't see me with a hat or a wig on, I'm probably drinking a beer if I'm online and I've opened my crown up. So that's also another thing. We're going to be talking about spiritual hygiene. When I say my crown, it's not like, oh, I'm this queen. Nothing like that. It's called my crown chakra, and it's usually wide open, right? Because it's like we love doing all the things. We love staying in flow, right? I keep my foot in the 5D. And so you have to also have to do crown maintenance, and especially when you're exposing yourself on the internet. So something has to ground you. And I don't like looking like the Unabomber with a hood on my head. So anyhow, let's just roll through this very quickly. So, Kim Krantz, if you know animals, then you can read people. If you have anything, any type of, I just want to make sure I can be heard. If you have any sense of what an animal does, right, then you can be heard. And so you can go ahead and get this deck of cards for yourself, especially if you're like anti. So let's just kind of flip through it so you kind of know what I'm talking about. In fact, excuse me, pardon me. So, like, this is a tarot card. This is a 5 of inspiration or wands. It's in reverse, all of the things, right? Um, you don't know all of the things, nor do you need to know all of the things, because tarot is actually really difficult and it's very obtuse when you're trying to figure out what's going on. Anybody in the chat, will you give me this message as help? View message. Uh-oh. Or people, hi, do you want to be my best friend? No, no, I don't. I'm not here for friends. That's why I'm on the internet and not at a local bar or something like that. Um, yeah, we'll have to figure out the moderation situation. I just needed to get up on it. So we're not doing tarot. We are doing the Kim Krantz animal deck. So, like I said, if you have any familiarity and watch National Geographic or anything like that, you know what a bear or a turtle feels like, right? You know what the turtle energy. Now, I'm going to give you more definitions about these, but as we're saying that, it seems like it's so like little or what have you. But so I'm going to give you. Let's give you a little bit of a. I can tell somebody's character in 3 minutes or 3 cards. Actually, less 3 cards. Okay. And so let's say, not even let's say, I'm going to take a real person. There's a real person in the vicinity that I don't know, that I've never met. I just saw them walk through the front door, right? So I'm just going to pull one card. Actually, I'm going to actually pull one card. I'm going to pull three cards, but I'm going to pull a card for how they present in public, how they are in their ooey gooey, like that little chewy center, and how they are, what their worst quality is. Okay. So this is the person that definitely is a little stalkery. Okay. Because we've got Gazelle in the upright. So this is what I'm saying is you can use this for anybody in your life. Okay. You can, let's see here. Hello. I'm good. Nice to meet you. You can use this system for anything. You can bring this to work. I actually have a tiny deck. It's like half the size, and I got it doubled up so that you can also see if people are trying to mirror you. And so we've got the gazelle. So the gazelle is very like ears up, paying attention, laid back. So when the gazelle is in reverse, right, this is a person that is trying to encroach on your energy psychically. Okay. This is a person that is watching you in ways that they're not supposed to be watching you. And here's the thing is this is on the outside. This is how they present on the outside. They have no qualms. They're like, yeah, I'm stalkery and toxic. Like this is a person that might lurk around and you know what I mean? Like do really petty things just to try and get under your skin. This is literally how they present in the foreground. So then in the center, this is the person. So now I'm getting a very because when you've got the cards, right? You gotta match them up. Right? They've got to talk to each other. You got to read your cards like in a sentence. So we've got the rabbit in reverse. This is the person in their ooey gooey. They don't have any remorse. This is a person that's not nervous. It's very narcissistic. Right? They're like, I don't give a fuck. This is a I don't give an F type of person, right? This is kind of like a dog that's been backed into a corner their entire life, and this is how they fight. This is how they be. This is how they roll. This is how they present, and they're going to do this in their love life. They're going to do this in their work life. They're going to do it where they live, what have you. This is the type of person. This is a very dangerous conversation. Ooh, I was going to say combination conversation because let's go ahead and see what their worst quality is honestly when it comes down to it because this card is all about being in an alignment. First of all, if they're not in alignment, right, their chakras, they might present as a person that's like really like spiritual or holy or whatever. I'm kind of getting that off of them, like they're all natural or whatever, but really they're the quality you have to work at. Ooh, I was gonna person might want to try and like make you work for their energy. Like that's definitely a narcissistic quality of like let me like ignore you and then see if you come running to me, and if you don't, I'm gonna hate you for it. Right? Like this is very, but the stingray in reverse, right? In reverse, this is I'm not confident. This is a person, and these are the people that are dangerous, right? Because deep down, they don't feel like they have something to give. Right. So again, we've got that dog in a corner. There's nothing worse than a dog being backed into a corner. There's nothing scarier than a dog being back because they're like, I've got nothing to lose. And that's what this is how this person operates with everything. Right? So they're like they go willy-nilly on people and then they just so now we've got a profile person. So let's go ahead and find out what motive is. Now, if you want to learn about motive, well, I mean, we could go ahead and pull a card. What's the motive, right? But the animals don't really give you a lot of information, and that's what I'm here because I'm here to introduce my decks and how you can use them for reading. Yeah, this came out in reverse. We've got the dolphin. It came out in the horizontal, which for me is kind of like a nil. But we are going to go ahead and let's strap up bees. Let's go ahead and strap up and see. I'm not going to get the tarot. A lot of people think just because I read tarot, think that tarot is not the bee's knees, right? Like I like things that are much more hands on. Right? You want something where you're like, did they do it or did they not do it? Right? And people are like, how can you tell? And I was like, because I can pull the card over and over and over again. I can go to a different deck and it's going to give me the same vibe because it's all about vibration. People think that they can hide their personalities from you or what they do. Like I literally have cards that like the colonel did it in the library with the gun. Like that I provide results. So if you want to stay here and learn about how to read cards for results, if you want to learn how to read your friends and do some tarot card parties, whatever, I am not your gal. I'm going to hurt your feelings. And that's why I don't do personal reads anymore. I do corporate reads, right? Because people get their feelings hurt when you're like, no, you're the problem. You're like, why does everybody cheat on me? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you're the common denominator. People don't like that. And then they go off and then they say, oh, blah, 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 blah. So I don't deal. And mainly, honestly, to be perfectly honest with you, hi, problem child, um, need to find Jesus. Oh, Jesus is my homie. I'm such a follower of Jesus Christ. Just because I am psychic and a master card reader does not mean that I'm not a follower or fan of Jesus Christ. In fact, I've got like 3 years under my belt. I almost went to seminary. So you can click the fuck off. Anyways, let's see here. Oh, problem child. Let's go. I'm like, can I take a screenshot so I can come for you? So we can come see how you conduct yourself after you go to church on the daily. So, okay. So next up, if I really want to do like a true profile, we're going to go to the fairies, and I know this is very, very like off brand. I don't know for a lot of readers. First of all, it's an awful deck. It shuffles terribly. It's the worst quality I've ever had, and it's one of the best card decks I've ever used for profiling. Okay, and I've been doing this professionally for the last 4 years. So the fairies. I This is actually a double decker. Again, if I have a great deck, I'm gonna double it up so that I can see if people are trying to mirror me because the same cards will come out over again in the same positions. If somebody's trying to like, oh, I like tarot too. They're like, and they're being some wild whatever you call it. How do you? Oh, we are okay. We're gonna hide that. I'm like, am I squirreling out? It's part of the process. So we've got the fairy deck. And the reason why this fairy deck is so underrated in my field is because it's fairies. Like, right? Like, do we talk to fairies? Do we like, no, I don't talk to fairies. I'm a grown ass woman. Right? It's all about archetypes when it comes to profiling. And so this deck, as shitty as it is actually the illustration. I don't know if you're like a baby of the 80s or what have you, but Brian Froud, he illustrated the Dark Crystal. And so he's made a series of decks. And like I said, the illustration's great. It's just the quality is crap. The shuffling is crap. If you go ahead and you buy this deck, it's like 18 bucks. It might be one of the most under, like I said, rated decks that anybody can use for profile. Why? Because it gives you a whole story. Okay. You're going to open that book up and there's this huge, giant story going on with it. Like each character, they have like what I'm talking about. Like when usually you have a little, do I have one of these tiny? Yeah, you'll get like a tiny little deck like this. This comes out to a huge art, like a huge book, like a regular size book, and each one of these, they don't get one little. And the neighbors go live like at 4 a.m. and 3 a.m. and midnight or whatever, but forbid somebody do it at 6 p.m. We're gonna be lit. I'm telling you, like, hear it. So here we go. We've got the like you see this tiny little amount of work going on for one card. So when you have the big book, I'm telling you, they give you a whole story, like where they came from. It's like Lord of the Rings type of stories, and then they give you reverse. So when you learn it takes a while. It's a lot of reading, honestly. But when you get to know each one of these characters, when you pull this out and you're like, do I want a candidate for a short list for recruitment? You're not going to like, okay, this person right here, this is a person who gets shit done. This is a person that you see her, she is the domino. Like she will come in there and she will cause change. Now, you can either like that or you can not like that. But what you want to know is if they're going to be able to do that, if they're going to be able to pull that off. And so that's why this deck is so important. So let's go ahead and continue profiling this person. Okay, we're going to use the fairy deck and I'm going to go into these decks. We're going to do full deck reviews on these. I'm just trying to give you a basis of what we're using. I want you to know that it's not tarot. And I could honestly It's artwork on, oh my gosh. So we have death. This is not a good person. Okay. I'm just saying, with all of the energy that we have here, anybody that shows up on the outside as a as the gazelle in reverse, they're already like, I'm a stalker. I'm a stalker. I do this. I do things around to let you know that I'm watching you, that like I'm trying to make you uncomfortable. Right? This is definitely like a dude that like gets too close to you at the grocery store, is like eyeing your basket and like follows you out to your car, like that type of person, right? Or like a female who's like sniffing around to see like what tampons you like. Seriously, like this is like a very uncomfortable energy, especially when it's paired with like I don't give a f. I'm also picking up some childhood, most definitely some childhood. I don't know about do, but we won't go there. But definitely somebody has gotten hit a lot, and so they've got that. When I'm getting um, that energy, like the dog in the corner energy. So this person just doesn't give. They might have even like self mutilated or something along those lines, right? And then coupled with like I don't feel good about myself, right? I don't have that confidence. This card also represents to me like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So this is a person that's like hasn't probably been nourished enough, maybe doesn't eat enough, or operating out of survival mode, right? So they might have done a lot of things that they're ashamed of just to survive because people have taken things from them or never even gave them a chance. Okay, so that's how deep we're getting into just with one card, because this is a person that wants to end any happiness for other people. If they see someone that is smiling or whatever, first of all, they're going to think that they can get one over on them, right? And then they're going to see what they can take from them. Right? This is a person that has learned. I'm getting like little matchstick girl, or matchstick boy, right? That had to like go and steal food and bread and something along those lines just to survive. And now they're a grifter with this holy guru type of like I'm the natural, like I cannot stand people in my community, to be perfectly honest with you. I am not popular in circles along, other than like true psychics, right? Because like the readers, they just pop off of each other. I'm telling you, I will give you a list of my approved readers, because there's a lot of people out there that will try and grift. Again, I'm getting grifter. They might be very transient too. Let's see here. Oh, he's so sweet. I do have Jesus. Let's see here. Yeah, no. Okay. So I think we're talking about a feminine or a masculine that's in his feminine energy. Like, and what does that look like? I'm not talking about someone that's gay, although a lot of times they can be down low. I'm talking about someone that's like, love me, feed me. I didn't get enough from the teat, right? Like, this is a person that they turn off the taps of their energy to try and manipulate the people around them, right? So it could be that child of an immigrant family, like the boys can do no wrong, like in Latin families, right? But the girls are like molested, right? But the boys are revered and put on a pedestal or whatever it is. It could be one of those type of energies, or it could be someone that like grew up in like an inner city or something along those lines, right? Again, we do have a lot of masculine or men, cis-born men that have been, put through like again, if you grow up in the hood, you're gonna be hood, right? Or the trailer park or the barrio or whatever it is. Like everyone, we all bleed red. I can't stand people that are just like, really, you're gonna be you want to be racist on when the plane's going down, right? Because I can be racist when the plane's going down, right? It's all good until your child's in the seat next to you, and I don't like your color, and you gave me an attitude, but all of a sudden I got to be the first. Like again, like you people are really really nasty until shit goes down, and it's like you can't do that. Like as a former military spouse, faithful military spouse for almost a decade, right? We all bleed red. So this is definitely a person that turns off the taps. They're like, because look at the bright mother. She's juicy, she's voluptuous, she's delicious, she's like giving things to people. She's gonna have her back to you, right? So okay, so you're triggering people's abandonment wounds. Yeah, like this is definitely a nasty, nasty. And then we have the fawn. This is not someone again with that energy over here. Like they are not. They relish in not being gentle. They relish in trying to tear down people's central nervous systems. This is the person that'll bang pots around just to make you mad. Or if you've got a test like the next day or an interview, right? They'll wreak havoc all night long just to make sure that they create stress in your system so that you don't, it's the crabs in the bucket. Don't you dare, right, have more ambition than me. Don't you dare speak better than me. Don't you dare this, that, and the other, right? Like this is a very, very insecure individual. And it could be masculine. Again, because you've got so many guys, it's kind of like they call them the incels, right? The guys in the basement that are sucking their thumbs, angry at women because they can't get laid. And I was like, well, maybe if you got some vitamin D and got the fuck up out of your house, you might get laid, right? Like this is that victim mentality, right? Or it's people that hide behind, like again, like in the community that people assume that I come from, that are just like, oh, yoga and love and light. Fuck that, right? Fuck that. This is not what this is about. I mean, it can be for you, right? I am not a love and light kind of. These cards saved my life, and that's what I'm trying to impart to you. And if I can't impart it to you, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to save somebody's life with these cards, and if I can do that once, then I have done my job. But you know what? I'm going big, and I'm going hard, right? Because I can teach kids. I can teach anybody. I can teach people that have been abused, right, to save their lives with cards. So you can sit there and you can run your mouth and tell me to go find Jesus and all this other stuff, right? You don't know anything about me, right? And Jesus, like I said, is my homie. I love the Christ consciousness. Jesus is an awesome man. You know what's not awesome? Churches, right? Like they're banks. Do you not remember that Jesus went into the temple and flipped tables on people? Jesus was not into the IRS. Jesus was not into turning the church into a business. So you can come and talk to me about Jesus, right? Tell me how many times that you've read the fucking goddamn Bible. How many college credits do you have studying the Bible academically? And then you can come back at me, whoever you desperate child, problem child, who puts their name on the internet as problem child and starts pointing the finger, you little keyboard warrior or what have you. So anyways, so let's go down into like what's their motive like in life, because I'm not doing anything like, oh, it's personal. So I'm just showing off the decks, right? This is like when you do I was a real estate agent for 10 years, and we had the parade of homes. This is the parade of decks, right? I'll give you the deck links when I decide to get a VR to do that. Get a VA to do that. So this next one, I can't remember it. It's very inexpensive. It will it will it will it will scare the little pants off you. I'm not gonna lie. It's like somebody's fortune telling deck, and she's not. Mm. People think I'm pulling cards all the time. Do you know how much energy and calories it takes and grounding it takes to pull cards? I only do it if I'm getting paid, and I don't do it for the little. I'm not saying the little people, okay? Because I did that. That served me very well for a while. And I'm not saying little people. I'm just talking about little spats. Like, is he going to blah blah blah? And then I got into divorce, and then I got into corporate, and like I like to talk to people that can talk back to me, right? Like in this type of energy and not get butt hurt about like, no, this is a hell no, this is a hell yes. A lot of people can't handle that, right? Because they bring emotions and everything like that too, which is fair enough, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, she only works with men with money. Well, no, it's because I worked with over 40 pilots that happen to get divorced all the time and they have money and I know how to talk to them because I was a flight attendant, right? If I talk like this to women, they get butt hurt. They go suck their thumb. They go call their friends and they go get cozy and they read a chapter and they cry in their fucking drink, right? And they're the ones that are like trying to. So, like, you don't understand. I'm very efficient, right? Like, I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass. And I offer a guarantee. I'll give you your fucking money back, right? I don't offer like I'm going to tell you what the future is. Everybody has free will. That's why I don't gamble like on football games, right? Everybody in that game has free will. Excuse me. And if I am, you have to understand that when you're asking for things that aren't meant for you, that's incurring karma. You're putting something out there. Give something to me that I didn't have, that I didn't get, So now you're incurring karma. So like I prefer dharma over karma. So I don't know. I don't go play the lottery because or do the gambling or whatever y'all think. Here's the thing is people will project, right? They'll project onto you. Well, that's what I would do if I had that face. That's what I would do if I had that whatever. Blah 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 blah. I assume that's what they're doing because that's what I would do. Well, I'm not you. And I think you're trying to, so here we go. So this is where the cards really differentiate. This is where you can really get into like, is it real? Or, because a lot of people, they don't know, am I psychic? What the cards, again, tarot is so obtuse as a skill that I like for it's very, very I think it's a beautiful system and I love it. And I have 11 out of 30 something decks. I have 11 tarot decks because each deck brings its artwork. We're working with the subconscious. We're not working, right? So the artwork sets something off in your subconscious, right? It picks up on the subtleties of things. It has nothing to do with spirits and all that other stuff. Now, people, I'm sure, it's kind of like smoking weed. Well, sure, you can smoke weed with your friends, or you can smoke weed and then hang out with some kids that do heroin, right? And you probably wouldn't have met the kids that did heroin if you hadn't hung out with the kids that smoked weed, if that makes any sense. So, sure, it could be considered a gateway. But isn't everything, right? Isn't growing up in the trailer park a bit of a gateway to meeting like meth heads, or you know what I mean, or growing up in the hood or whatever it is? That's just what I'm saying. It's like it's a non-issue. So we're working with energy here, right? So I've got this, like I said, this deck. So I'm going to ask specifically, what is their motive? Like when they meet people. How about that? We're going to keep this nice and broad because I got people snooping, snooping. So okay, so this is a gaslighter, and I'm going to tell you why. So we've got imagination clouds your judgment, and it came out in reverse. So this is like my gaslighter card, right? It's like you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're saying. That didn't happen to you. I didn't say that, right? So this is a person that like, oh, I'm getting like, ooh, I'm getting fumes in a garage. So this person might have had like a family member. I am most definitely picking up. So here's the thing is you can be a card reader and then you can also be that's why I don't say this isn't card divination. It is for me, and I'm not saying I'm so cool. I have a lot of clairs. Those are have been cultivated and developed, and those are things that I most absolutely can teach. But what, like just off of the card tells you everything. Now I'm going down and I am getting a vision of someone might have had a family member who gassed themselves in a, I think that's like an old school, I don't know, suicide, like I'm getting in a garage. I'm getting the methane or something like that. And yeah, something along those lines. Let's see here. You have pretty eyes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I don't know what that is. Said hi. Hi. Sorry, I will squirrel out. I am like ADHD. So this is definitely a person that will try and make you, they'll say something, right? Like really catty or like a backhanded compliment. And then be like, later on, they'll be like, no, I didn't. You're just so sensitive. Right? Like this is definitely like gaslighter max. I'm getting a person honestly because I can go on here and I can get, I can eviscerate somebody down to the core. And I can do this with a resume. I can do this with a business partner. I can do it with your love life. I can do it with a property. I can do it with an incoming guest. I can do it with anything, right? But what we do have to have is compassion, right? We have to be able to meet people where they are. And it's like, you are this person. I see it's obviously in the cards, right? But I can't blame you for being there. I was not an awesome person a very, very long time ago. I have culted a character, I say a character, but like pretty much it was like, who do I want to show up as? Like, how do I want to show, not just outwardly, right? Like before I had all the outwardly, people are like, oh, she's a broke little this, that, the other. And it's like, you know what? I had a lot of things. I made a lot of money back in the day. I traveled a lot. I did all the things. And I'm my happiest with living frugally, having next to nothing because people took it away from me. I didn't sell my soul, and I didn't need to sell my soul. And you don't have to sell your soul, right? Like this isn't something that you as we go further in our journey together, you'll learn more about me. But yeah, so so that's giving you a little bit of a, I'm like, do I keep going on? So like, yeah, so I'm going to teach you about the archetype. Like usually I'll start with this deck. This is also a deck by Kim Krans. She's got another one, and I don't have the book with me, and I feel like I need to. There's a lot of stuff in here that I don't understand. Like there are words and like elements, but it's an elemental deck, and that's what I love about her is everything is earth based. Okay, so that makes it a lot easier, right? Like I said, a cheetah in the upright versus a cheetah in reverse. Okay, so we'll get an archetype. This is kind of, I should have done this first, but I was just nervous of getting on YouTube live. I'm fine with my other live. Those people have seen me for a hot minute, right? They've seen me for a hot minute, but YouTube gets me a little nervous just because y'all are like so catty. Mm. Okay, so and nosy. Like, look at this. I got a compliment. Oh, well, I guess this deck wanted to come out. Yeah, people are mad. People are mad. They are mad at you, and it's not people. It's this person. So anytime you have other cards show up in a deck, right, you're gonna be like, "How did that get there?" It's because it's trying to tell you, right? This is like they don't think like you're. They're oh. I think somebody burned a bridge with you like way too soon. I think they made an assumption. I'm like, is this like a side note we were talking about? Oh, this is this person. Okay, because I'm like, how are we? Yeah, this person who's a nastiness burnt a bridge with you very, very quickly. I think they made an assumption about you, right? And they decided to drop a nasty gram on you. And they had no idea that, like, I'm guessing you were as big of a deal as you are, in certain circles, right? Nobody knows who I am on the internet or this. I have like less than 1,000 followers. I'm not that cool. But in my community, right? I'm excellent at what I do. Like that's something that I've prided myself on. And if you've ever worked with me, because I know there are people going to be watching this, if you've ever worked with me, what you cannot deny is that I will outwork and outperform everybody in every single position, right? I've always risen to the top. It's always pissed you off. And this is why you talk shit when you think you found some dirt. Well, we're gonna go. So I'm gonna show you, right? I'm gonna show you exactly how this dirt's gonna come out. And these are the things. This is very specific. This is somebody that wants to take something away from you. These are the mice. This okay. This deck really wants to be heard. Do we have it in here? I think we do. Like I had it with my friend because it is. It's one. It's a big like a beginner deck. It's kind of like if you really want to know how they feel about you, if you really want to know if someone's doing witchcraft on you, like this is the deck. Okay, so I don't have it here. I think it's probably over there. It's the Enchanted Lenormand, so you can go out and get it. It actually has Caucasian people in it. It's got it's got a Caucasian woman and a dark skinned woman. It's got a Caucasian man, a dark skinned man, pardon me, and it also has a reader or a psychic in it. So you can use that deck to see if someone is reading, pulling cards on you, right? Which is fine if you get it in the upright. If you get it in the reverse, it means that they're doing black magic on you, or not black, but voodoo, Santeria, whatever people's choice or whatever. So it's very, very sensitive. Right. Like I said, this is definitely one of those ones where like you drive by a tree and the tree comes out. Right. And it's very quiet, and I love the fact that you can be like, is it the black guy or the white guy? Like seriously. Um, so we've got that deck. So that's the Enchanted Lure. It wanted to make, but like that's probably one of my first. I think that is my first Lenormand. So okay, okay. I'm getting off track here, but that's okay. That's the whole point. We got empty room. Oh yeah, you make them feel some type of way, some type of way. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do this once again, and we're gonna go ahead back to this profile. I'm usually much more focus, but we got a lot of people with a lot of energy all up in his house, right? Feeling some type of way. Oh, we've got the offering. Yeah. See, this is a person that'll give you something and then pull it away. There used to be a term for that back in the day, but I think that's pretty racist. But this is definitely like, ooh, it's like a carrot on a stick type of person, right? But they, like I said, they don't even present well in the upright. They like even on the outside, they don't even try and hide how nasty of a person they are, right? You've got people running around here like saying like I'm a guru and I'm all natural and this, that, and the other, and they don't even like what like clean up after themselves. Right? This is that type of person, but they want to look like they're a giver, right? But they're an actual taker. So this is why we love the archetypes because this gives you like a nice umbrella. Now, if you want something really specific, we're going to get into the Eurotrash deck. And what is that? That is the Lenormand plus two kippers, which means I have 18 characters in this deck. And when I say characters, I mean characters. Right now, these in this particular deck, this is by both of these decks are created by Ciro Marchetti. Right. So you got the family and you've got the so you've got a younger woman, you've got a older woman, so you've got people that are over 45, like it's very, very specific. This is like money. This is poverty. This is someone who's trying to come after your man or your woman. This is a thief. Like it holds no bars, right? Like or holds no bar. I think that's the term. The wealthy man, money in reverse. So this is going to call people out as they are. So we've got this person that's loitering and lingering and listening like a weirdo. Um, but so we can tell what their, so what is this person's intentions? What are their intentions? All I have to do, right? Yeah. And they're a child. So the child comes up. So if you get the child, it could be that they're immature or it could be that they have a child. Like you have to be able to read the cards. And that's what I'm going to teach you is I'm going to teach you to read around corners. I'm going to teach you to read as a sentence going. Okay. So here we go. What is this person's intentions? Right? Because we picked this random person we don't know, and it does not want to be shuffled. It does not want to be seen. It does not. It. And why am I saying it? Now I'm getting something like I think this person might tap into some low vibrational. If you watch some low vibrational, yeah, I think this person is most definitely dibbling and dabbling. Yeah, I'm getting trying their hand witchcraft most definitely. Um, and this is a person that presents themselves as very like woo. Yeah. Oh, baddie alert. Thanks. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Yeah. We got family in reverse. Ooh, I am picking up this person might have been like excommunicated from their family. Ooh, you know what I'm getting? Okay. Oh, this is where I don't want to have compassion for people I don't like. But this is what where the real reading is you got to take your ego out. I'm getting someone. I don't think this is the situation just because of their honestly their skin color, but I am getting that vibe of like you know the Mormons. I don't know if you've ever heard about the Lost Boys, but it's like the Mormon church like kicks out like all of the guys, especially if they're attractive, and like excommunicates them so that they don't get to have the pick of the litter of the young ladies because all the old Mormon men want to marry the young ladies. Like that's the vibe I'm getting. I feel like somebody was like excommunicated, like very unfair. Like, yeah, I'm not here's the thing is people don't turn out like this. They don't just like pop out of the womb. I photographed over 35,000 babies. I know. 30 I count 35,000 babies over 5 years. So I know what they look like when they come out of the womb, usually within either NICU or within 24 hours of them being born. And I'm telling you, there are a couple that come out that just give you the side eye immediately. And you're like, oh, I'll be steering clear of your neighborhood and not letting my cats or dogs next to you. But like most of them don't come out that way. It's like, it's the patterning. It's the, you know what I mean? Environment. It's a lot of stuff. So we've got okay. So yeah, and this person we so we've got income right in reverse, and this flew off to the left, and it went way off to the left. So for me, the left because I am a person that grew up in America, we read from left to right. And I want you to understand this when we're talking about cards, because if you're reading for someone who might be from another, and they learn like the Cyrillic alphabet or whatever, yeah, I want you to understand this because we're talking about like I give money back guarantees with my reads, right? So we're talking about how to be accurate. Okay, so if you're reading for someone that has learned how to read from top to bottom, which I think they do in China, or backwards from, I'm dyslexic, so I'm trying to do all the things while I'm talking to you and the things the opposite way, right? So that's why people like body language and micro expressions and everything like that. There are a lot of things that are very, very globally, right? But then there's some things that it's like if you're trying to like, oh, are they lying to me? And they look off to the right. Well, do you know how they learned how to read? I've got a grandkid, right? Step grandkid that's learning four languages. So I don't know which way she's going to read, right? I don't know because one of those languages reads the opposite way. She's like 2 years old, right? So her memories, because here's the thing is when you're accessing your memories, and then if you're dealing with somebody neurodivergent, such as myself, right? So I cross, and I'm also dyslexic. So I cross a lot of energy. So people can't read me that well. That's why I did so well when it came to like hostage situations with the airlines. That's why I got headhunted because I can read things and people can't read me because all of my wires are crossed. So all of the things that people said, well, you can't finish things and you don't apply yourself and all this, all the things that I thought were wrong with me were actually really, really right for the private intelligence field. And so I'm trying to bring those skills to you. And so you can hem and haw and all this other stuff, but this stuff doesn't lie. It'll come out over and over and over again. I'm one of those people. I'm not like, oh, I'm just leaving it up to the universe. Hell no. I was terrified of this shit. I had been living on cards. Like literally, I think I went for like a year and a half only using the cards, like where which Airbnb, what am I gonna wear? What am I gonna who can I talk to in this Airbnb when I'm staying with 10 different people in a mini mansion, right? Profiling all of them from my bedroom. Here's the thing is like you can do this before the night before you have a candidate shortlist, right? Who's the best candidate? And if you don't have to know tarot, right? In fact, I would suggest not using tarot. I would say, are they a golden egg or are they not a golden egg? Right? That seems pretty like up on the list. And then you can do it over and over and over again. The golden egg might not come out, but another card will be, well, the other card will come out. There's a no. Right. And so you can learn. It's not like you're not, it's vibrational. It's a vibrational. Are they on the vibration? Are they what you want? This is why you actually have to speak the question. And when I say speak the question, don't speak it because if you speak it, then you're going to question yourself when it comes out and you're like, did I say the right thing or whatever? You always have to write it down. You always have to write it down. That's what we talk about intention. I can't stand that the word intention has been, dovetailed into spirituality. Because, first of all, I'm not a spiritualist. Right? I am a card master, a card interpreter, profiler, and I'm excellent at it. I happen to have a lot of clairs. That means I'm psychic. That does not mean that, well, first of all, I will never call myself a Christian ever again because that associates me with a bank, right? I am a follower of Jesus Christ. You can say all you want or whatever. Like I've got my own Hammurabi like code source of like how but you know what? It's based off of Jesus Christ's life, not what your church thinks, not where you go and talk shit about people after you leave the service. Like, no, you're not my type of people. You can click the fuck off. Okay. So you can use these cards for anything. Like those don't have numbers on them, right? So I'll use my other deck for numbers if you want just like yes nos. For this one, like if you want specifics, right? So okay, so that card flew over and it was the money in reverse. So this person grew up poor, right? And I think we pretty much had picked that up, right? So this is definitely a person that really really puts emphasis, right? And right now, okay, because that came in that it came here in the position. Actually, it was a little further. I don't know. Here's the thing: these are fortune telling cards, and here's the thing: these cards will tell your fortune if somebody doesn't change, if something doesn't change. I will not use fortune telling cards to. I do not give guarantees on fortune, like telling the fortune because we all have free will, right? And so when you have free will, like you can't tell yeah, I can pull cards and I can tell you what's going to happen tonight if nobody changes their mind. Well, somebody's going to change their mind and I'm going to put not going to put my name to that. Now I can give you an overall. I am here like as a aircraft controller. Is that the word? Like I was in aviation, I'm in flow, but like, the people in the tower, right? We can see the hazmat on the landing strip before you land the plane, and it gives you an opportunity to change things. It's literally what our job is too. People can be like, oh, you're going to meet your handsome man in a blue shirt and whatever. Run, run. Don't. Here's the thing. I'm telling you, now, I'm gonna have like an Angie's list of like readers that you should avoid on YouTube because it's either a hell yes or a hell no. Some of them are excellent readers, some of them are excellent psychics, some of them are both, and some of them are all of the things, which you don't. So a reader does not mean psychic. Psychic does not mean a medium. A medium does not mean any of those. Okay, so those are all different things, and we get all different, right? A prophetess, right, may not use cards, but she may get, but she's clear. She gets downloads. When we talk about downloads, it's just like a packet of information that, like, you might shake somebody's hand and all of a sudden you know that they were abused by their grandparent. Sucks, right? Believe me, I'm a medical me. I'm all the things because I got a wide ass. Once I learned, right, how to, like, energy, like how to clear energy and what that everything is energy, right? So people can poke pins and dolls and all that other stuff. But if they're not a vibration, if I'm not like scared of the poking of the pin dolls or whatever, or if I'm aware of them and I do a return to sender, like I practice and I've learned, I've honed my skills. I'm telling you, like, chef's kiss. You have honed my skills. Thank you, because I didn't know about anything. I'm the one Googling things like, how do you blah, blah, blah. And all I have to do is that, and then do that, and do that. And it's like, I don't have to be like scared. I don't have to be like catching cats in the neighborhood and like running around with like needle and thread and candles and shit. Like, y'all are so weird. So we've got this. Okay, let's see here. Okay. I'm like, thank you. We have the so yes, this is the deck that you want if you want like answers, like straight up like who done it. And then, but I strongly, if you are in it, like, unless you're like living in Kansas and there's like no black people around, I would highly encourage you to go get the Enchanted Lenormand because it's really nice to know, like, especially like if you're in a situation like Airbnb or something like that, and you're like, is it the black girl or the white girl? And I never even said those words out of my mouth before. I was always Caucasian, and this I was always so. And people are just so, it's so crass in Texas. I have lived and I have stayed in almost every state in this country. I fell in love with America as a regional flight attendant, and I am telling you, Texas is one of the nastiest states and the most closed-minded people. Like, even my uncle, who was a Marine Corps sergeant, like, he did this whole like bike across America for veterans and stuff like that. And like these men were like literally biking across America, like on bikes, and they had like guys like running them down the road with shotguns, like, just for like that. That's like, and and people are like, oh, Delta Airlines pulled all of their airlines. Delta Airlines had I didn't even know this until I went there, and they're like, this is how much we love you. This is how much we care about our people. This is why it's a 500,000 applications for 1,900 positions. This is why you're lucky, because we care so much about you that we were in Texas and it was our biggest hub, and we pulled out because they're the first airline that employed dark skinned Black Americans, African Americans. They're the first ones that employed gays. They are in the first ones, and they actually, like, you go to Minneapolis or LA, whatever, anywhere where there's a Delta hub, they're the ones that sponsored the Pride Parade. Like, they pride themselves on being the first out with pride and everything like that. So when you sit down there and they're like, this is how special you are. This is how much competition you had to beat out. 6 interviews, it's brutal, right? And then they're like, and then we took out our entire fleet. We took everything out of Texas because people were treating our people so badly. Like, the lawsuits that just ensued of one state, right? Even though it gave us the most amount of money, right? Think about spring break, all this other stuff. Delta pulled their completely out of the state of Texas for political reasons. I know I'm like spitting on you. I'm on the podium. I'm on the soapbox, right? That's the type of company you work for, right? That's true. Like I've got those are ride or die. I got your back, right? Like I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. Those are the type of companies, if you're going to go that way, that you get on. Those are the type of people that you like. I am so proud. The people that I worked, and you know, it was really interesting. Out of 120 of us, you had people from Chick-fil-A, right? Like 21-year-olds that worked the drive-through, and then you had 63-year-old Marine Corps majors, that women, or detective New York, uh whatever, women, and people from Disney, and people whatever. Everybody has a chance, right? We all have a chance. We all have 24 hours in the day. What the fuck are you doing with yours? So, last deck. If you really want to know the tea on somebody, then you get the tea deck. $20 for 200 cards. Nobody can lie to you again. I promise you. No one can fucking lie to you again. They're like, oh, I didn't do it. It'll be like, this is. So let's see what this person is up to. Well, first of all, when a card flips down, it's someone that doesn't want you to see something, right? So we're going to go here. We got the club. Someone will try and make or do something against your will. That was upside down and down. So I'm guessing someone has maybe gotten the fucking message that maybe they shouldn't fuck with you. I'm guessing. I don't know. We'll see. Get another one. Because these will talk to you, right? You don't even have to learn the language. You don't have to interpret. Oh, way back in the butt. Oh, back in October. Somebody's had something against you since October. Okay, I'm telling you, when I say the tea deck, it's the fucking tea. I know I'm cursing like a sailor on here, and that's just how I roll every once in a while, right? This won't be my, oh my gosh, and this food right over there. Great happiness on top of this card of something Will would. Oh gosh, now I'm getting dun 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 dun. I didn't do anything. I'm cool. We're cool, right? Like this is there's the gaslighting. Nothing ever happened between us, right? We can't. Oh my gosh, we got broken wishbone in reverse. Wish will not be. Needle and thread. Didn't we just say something about the needle? A sincere wish wants to be granted. Yeah, no, somebody wants to be in good graces with you now, right? I think somebody, again, not even I think, we already know, they jumped the gun, right? They didn't know who the fuck you were. And they made decisions and whatever. Like, and again, this is a person I might have spent 5 minutes with. This is how far down the road you go. So think about like when we're talking about, are they sleeping with someone else? Let's find out, right? We can take out this deck. This isn't the deck like wishbone. This is like, are they sleeping with someone else? Yes or no? Oh, yeah. We gotta, oh, as my earbud falls out. Ooh, we got coffin in reverse. Yeah, they've got somebody that they haven't ended it with. Someone they didn't have a distant horizon with. Okay. This is how easy this can get. Okay. We got the change in reverse. Moving, moving, move. Okay, like now I am getting a little like skedaddle energy. Oh my gosh. Oh, because the family and the money, you can't make this shit up. Y'all, okay. I am gonna start doing with this with the GoPro so that you can see the cards fall. We literally just had this in the deck and they came out. This was in reverse, like somebody had been like with the family in reverse, and then the money in reverse, and now all of a sudden like the family. I don't know. Somebody might be asking their family for money. Ooh, I'm getting honestly because this came out in the reverse. I'm thinking somebody might be blackmailing a family member because this came out before, and they're all of a sudden like, "Hi, how are you? By the way, do you remember?" Yeah, yeah. No, I'm telling you, I'm getting a ghoul. A ghoul. This person is when it said grifter, grifter. 1000%. Yeah. No holds barred. There's we go. So we there's we go. That's not proper grammar. We've got this mountain in reverse. What did we say? This person is no, like, somebody's been backed into a corner. I don't know if they're pregnant or they've got like a disease or something has gone down in this person's life where they're like, I am not, like, because we had the rabbit in reverse. And the rabbit in the upright is like, the eagle's gonna eat me, the eagle's gonna eat me. The rabbit in reverse is like, fuck it. I got nothing left to lose. And this is like a no holds bar. I think my so, yeah, I'm getting definitely blackmail energy. I think somebody's gonna be like, do you remember what I did to you? Oh, I was gonna say what you did to me. Oh, this is getting juicy. I think we're gonna have to put a pin in this and go down the line. This is really really interesting. So I just wanted to give you a like we're almost at an hour now. Let's see here. Um, Yay! Thank you for everybody has stopped by and definitely put a thumbs up in the whatever you call it if you like and enjoy this content. If you want me to do readings, I'm most definitely going to be doing readings, but I'd actually prefer to teach you over just being like this. I know what's going on. Blah 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 blah. So we'll probably do a little bit of both, so you can kind of see. I'm also working on getting OBS. I was on StreamYard just as a whatever you call it. If anybody's interested in doing multi-platform streaming, you can go to StreamYard. Little hack. I think I mentioned this, but you can get like a 7-day trial, and then when you cancel it, they'll be like, "Well, do you want a month for free?" And you're like, "Why, yes, I do." And then you can get a month for free, and then you can stream multi places or what have you. But I think OBS is the place where I can do the I want you to see the cards, but I don't want you to like I kind of want you to like see a little bit of my face because I don't know. It's not that I don't trust readers. In fact, I think I would get a lot more readings done if I didn't show my face. But because I was such a skeptic when it came to reading, even with me, like I have a hard time. Pick a piles are amazing when you pre-pick the pile. They're so much easier. They're so much chiller. But I always get this like sinking feeling that somebody like looked at the cards before, and I like being authentic, right? So any reading you get from me, you're not going to get some written. I can't even believe it on Etsy. They got they're like, "Well, do it," and I'm like, people are they created a GPT in Chad and are like pumping out these readings, in an hour, and like you will never get a reading from me that isn't like face to face video private link. Never, ever, ever, ever. You will always see my face. You will always see the cards. You will always see the explanation. Right? That's the only way that I can keep my reputation as a reader and a card reader and as a psychic like clear, right, is because everything that I will not put anything out there first of all that I don't believe in, that I haven't triple checked, and I will put everything on there for you. So just to give you a heads up on that. Thank you for all the people. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for joining me. I probably won't tell you where I go live else, but I just wanted to kind of like a cherry on YouTube because it's been a hot minute since I've been live on here because of like all the things. But now that everybody's been exposed and all of the crap and the lies and this, that, and the other are getting dispersed, and because I have so much evidence that I'm a little more comfortable of spending my time. If anybody's interested in being a moderator, I don't. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna come in here because here's the thing: is like this is easy. I'd rather just come on here and do a pick a card live, right? Than do it and then have to upload it and all the stuff. That would be much easier. But I'm just gonna figure out my body. Right, this isn't my not that's not my cup of tea. It's just not my priority right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a new year, right? This is the year of the horse. So you got to get shit done, right? Last year was the year of the snake. So shedding skin and all that other stuff. Like, here's the thing is that you'll learn about me is that I listen to all of the religions. I cobble everything together, and I basically my religion is treating people how Jesus Christ treated people. And let's just remember before you start wagging your finger, and now that weed the schedule is off, it I don't know, is it better that I take an edible at night to go to sleep, or is it better that you take an Ambien? Right? let's remember that Jesus turned water into wine, not wine into water. Okay? He partied too. There's nothing wrong with enjoying an edible. There's nothing wrong. I was on how many antidepressants and anti anxiety and this, that, and the other, and the most thing I take is Motrin on my period now. But the edibles are just freaking amazing. And so I just encourage you, now that it's the only thing that I will thank Donald Trump for, is doing that number and taking the schedule off, because it's a really big deal. Like, how do you schedule marijuana the same as heroin? It's a little crazy, right? Because of the taxes. So, anyways, that being said, and we're gonna have talks about that too. So, I love y'all so much. We'll see you on the flip. Bye.